Okay, the next activity I want to focus on is the listen and repeat activities. So let's have a look at friends. Let's have a look at Joey works at Central Park. So if you're familiar with the idea of shadowing, this is kind of simplified shadowing. Shadowing is the idea that students are going to improve their listening and their pronunciation by listening to a movie or a TV show and trying to repeat what they hear as they're watching the video. Now, in my mind, that can be quite difficult, and it's really hard to check to see if you're getting it correctly. So these activities are kind of designed to be like simplified shadowing, and they have kind of two focuses. The first one is listening accuracy, as I mentioned before. So if you ever do these activities with a student, you will notice that if they listen to a sentence,
I can't pay for this right now.
They're actually not going to pick up many of the words. You'll be surprised with how many of the actual words they hear clearly. So with this activity, they can listen.
I can't pay for this right now.
Then they can try to say what they think they heard. Then they can check. I can't pay for this right now. And then they can listen again.
I can't pay for this right now.
And obviously, the second time with the text there, it's going to be much more clear. If we look at another example.
I'm not working, so I've had to cut down on some luxuries like paying for stuff.
They're probably not even going to catch, for lower level students, not going to catch even 50% of those words. But they can listen, they can try to repeat what they hear, then they can see the sentence, then they can listen again.
I'm not working, so I've had to cut down on some luxuries like paying for stuff.
And then they can kind of hear each word individually. And one of the things this really targets is the relaxed speech, which we talked about with the skills activity before. These things like going to, being gonna, want to, wanna, what did you, whatcha. And again, students really struggle with these because they go in expecting to hear want to. They don't expect to hear wanna. So this activity is teaching them to listen for wanna. And when they hear it, they know it actually means want to. Or they expect to hear him, but they actually only hear So when they hear they know, oh, that means him. And so if we look at some of the examples in this one, here's a perfect example. Not I don't know, but
I don't know.
I don't know. Or if we look at another one here.
Joey, what are you doing?
So not Joey, what are you doing? But Joey.
Joey, what are you doing?
So much more natural pronunciation there. The other way to use this activity, again, is just pronunciation practice. So same idea. Usually when I do this, I have students actually just show them the sentence, have them listen.
I can't pay for this right now.
And then have them try to copy the pronunciation, but also try to focus on the intonation, the rhythm, the stress, and copy exactly what they hear. And often I encourage students to overact when they're doing these types of activities so that they really get the intonation, rhythm, and stress and break through their own affective filters and inhibitions when they're speaking English. Okay, just a quick review of some of the benefits of this website. I think for students, the benefits are obviously that they get access to level appropriate material. It's very easy to find graded readers. I think it's pretty difficult to find graded listening material. Of course, they get exposure to natural language in context, so they can attach meaning to the language naturally. If they want to, they can review the vocabulary and they can review grammar structures. Also, if they want to, they can practice receptive skills, i.e. listening, but they can also practice productive skills because there are discussion activities and role play activities in there as well. And maybe last is they can improve their cultural literacy. For students who are not American or from England, watching these TV shows just gives them a little bit more access and understanding of the humor and the situations that are common in the American or British culture. For the teacher, I think the benefits are, I think there's a clear pedagogy to this website. I've tried to demonstrate that through these videos. So teachers have a clear understanding of how or why each activity is on the website. Also, these are obviously ready-made lessons, so teachers tend to be quite busy. It's hard to lesson plan. I know for me, when I need to quickly come up with a lesson for a student, it's pretty easy to choose something they're interested in. And I know I have probably at least 5 or 6 different activity types in each lesson to choose from. It's also a great way to extend the classroom. So that's a big issue in the EFL classroom these days, is to expand or extend education or learning outside the classroom environment. So this is kind of a fun way to give students homework to do that they might be more interested in than just, say, textbook type activities. Everything is all online, so it's easy to assign and easy to access. As I mentioned, there's multiple activity types. So if you find that your lessons are getting stale or very repetitive, it's nice to bring in different types of activities to challenge or gain the interest of students. And because these videos tend to follow kind of like a continuing story, so for example, with Emily in Paris here, these activities are numbered because they do follow the order of the story. They can kind of build and watch each video in order, which allows you as a teacher to kind of create natural scaffolding by having students review what happened in the previous video and also maybe predict what's going to happen in the next video.